Oh my gosh, guys, today what I want to talk to you about has haunted me for so many years. In the workplace, on sport teams, clubs, school, you name it. Anywhere where there was people and I was in a community of people, this has always been a problem that I used to have to face. And really what the problem was is just it was a lack of understanding one simple key thing that I want to share with you guys today. And that is this, that people will resent you. People will resent you if you fail to show them acknowledgement. Okay? Think about what I just said. People will resent you if you fail to show them acknowledgement. Whether we're talking about you're on a football team, you're on a rugby team, you're on a basketball team, you're in an office, you're in some sort of a school, government, you're in a government body, wherever where you're working with people, if you fail to give people and grant them importance and recognition, they will resent you. And the reason that comes about is because if you're not in communication with people, like you're not using the communication line from one person to another person, people will make up ideas about why that is. Okay. Now let me just give you a story about really quickly, and then we'll tie it in the end here. Whenever in the past I'd go into work, say I start a new job, really what I would do is I would start my first week, I'd go in there and I would just focus on myself. I'd focus on my work. I'd focus on my job. I'd do the basic greetings. Like I'd go around, I'd meet the different people at different departments, the accounting department, HR department, blah, blah, blah. That's just kind of protocol. So I'd go and I'd meet all the necessary people. But then what would happen is, after that first week, all I would do is I would focus on my work. I'd focus on myself. I'd focus on just what is Beau doing. I wouldn't go out. I would just stay honed in my world. I wouldn't get involved in office gossip. I would just stay in my own world. And really, at the end of say, a month, when I continue doing that, I'm introverting myself, and I'm doing it deliberately, because what I think I'm doing in my mind is I think I'm focused on my work and I'm prioritizing. And you might be thinking, well, that sounds like a really good plan. You're your first month in the job, you want to get good at it. That's true, but it's not enough is really what the point of this video is that is not enough. It's good for, it's half of what the battle needs to be. It's half of what your target should be, but the other half is completely extroverting yourself with the people, the peers, the coworkers that you're with. And the reason that is because of this one simple 1-on-1v1 PR law. And it's this: wherever there is a failure, wherever there is a lack of data for an organization, for an individual, wherever there's a lack of data readily available for everybody else will make up data for that individual or that organization. What that means is that if you're not putting out some sort of communication, some sort of data about yourself, if you're not involving yourself with other people, people will make up reasons for why that is. Even if your justification in your mind, you're doing a good thing, you're minding your business, you're staying away, you're just focused on the work and the good work, and you think that that's going to take you to the top. Unfortunately, it's going to be a huge detriment to your opportunities that you're going to have available, because people will start to realize, why is this person quiet? Why are they introverted? Why don't they come to office parties? Why don't they come out and why don't they socialize with me? We've been working together for 2-3 months. They don't ever say my name. They probably don't even know my name. They don't care about me. They don't care about Jim. They don't care about Jane. They only focus on themselves. And they're obviously, they have some ulterior motive. They come in and in your mind, you're like, I just want to do a good job. Maybe you want to get a promotion. Maybe you've been there a while. And you're just putting in hard hours. And getting there early, staying late, but you're missing everything in between, and the in between is going to be so vital for you, right? So I was always this kind of introverted guy where I never liked small talk, and I never liked asking people things like that, because I always felt it was a waste of time. But it really is so important that you get in communication with the people that you work with or that you're doing something with, all right? Because people want to feel acknowledged. People want to feel like their existence is some sort of importance in your world and in the world around them that you guys work. So the more you can it's almost like a muscle, right? The way you get in communication with people is you have to find out if you work with Jane and you work with John at your office, or you're on the same team as them, you need to work this. And at first it's going to be rough and it's going to be a little difficult, especially if this is not natural for you and you're normally just a quiet person. But the way you do this, this sun is really weird, but maybe it's all right. But the way you guys do this is you find out what that person likes, right? So, hey Jane, it may take some time for you to figure that out. Maybe Jane likes a book that you like. Maybe Jane likes movies that you like. Maybe she likes food that you like. Maybe she went on holiday somewhere, or she's going on a holiday to Bali and you've been to Bali. There's something that you both share. There's a reality that both of you share that you guys can get in communication. And the faster you can get in communication with them and keep that line going regularly. And again, let me remind you, communication isn't just you saying something and not getting something back. Communication is you saying something, them receiving it, and then that person sending something back to you. Two-way terminals, right? So point A, point B, both transmitting a message. That's communication. So you need to figure out, and then you need to figure out what it is that Jane likes, and you need to just get that communication going with her, right? It doesn't need to be every day. It doesn't need to be 30 minutes. It could be a few minutes, but the point is you're acknowledging Jane is in existence in your world. You're giving her value. You're giving her importance. And on the surface, all it looks like is you're just having a normal chat, and that's all you're really doing. But it goes so much deeper for the other person. They actually understand that you accept them, you acknowledge them. So it's really tremendous. And in their mind, they're going to start to hold you in much higher esteem, and they're going to look to you as somebody that cares about them. And same thing with John. John might like the sports you like. John might like, John might be into taekwondo, and you're an MMA person or something. I don't know. Figure out what it is, and it might, again, you might not get it in the first conversation, but once you find out what that is, nurture that communication with them. That way you guys can be in communication. All right. And then the more you do this, the muscle memory that I just said, the more that you guys do this and the more you can work it, the more natural it's going to feel for you to actually get these conversations and get the data about what they like, and then just have a 2-minute, 5-minute conversation with them 3 times a week. That's all you need to do. It's not going to take any more energy. It's going to take more energy for you not to be in communication with people in the long run than it's going to take for you just to do a little bit of it every week with the people that you're around at your office or on your in your group or in your club. Trust me, because later on, if you want a promotion, or later on, when you start to get burnt out from work and you're like, God, I'm just working so hard, or you start to get that feeling that we all get to at some point about burnout, right? And work-life balance. I promise you the root of all of that will be the fact that you don't feel like you have an identity in the office because you don't put out anything, you don't communicate with anyone, and that's going to be the root of it. And that energy that you're going to have to spend fixing it and backtracking is going to be so much more difficult for you in the long run than just a couple minutes, a week with all your coworkers. And again, it only needs to be people that are directly related to your work, right? You don't need to go speak to everybody on every level in your company. But the important thing is that you get that muscle moving so that it becomes natural for you to have these conversations with people. All right, and make people feel valued, and make people feel like their existence in your company or in your club or team is adding some sort of benefit for all of you guys. So again, guys, remember, people want to feel like they're important. Small talk, little things like that will go a long way, especially if you find out what it is that they like and you build off of that. And flattery, the last thing I'll end on is this: fake, flattery that's clearly just there for the wrong intention, is anyone can pick it up. Anyone can see it from a mile away. So stay away from the flattery, be genuine, find out what people like, and just build off of that communication line. And I promise you, you'll quickly find that not only will it become easier for you to extrovert yourself, you'll find your office life, you'll find your social life, and you'll find your opportunities all coming out of the woodworks for you and readily available for you. And I hope that this video has helped you guys out. Don't forget to subscribe, and we got another video for you coming soon. See you guys. Bye.